lifestyle of Asoka. Before that Kalinga War, Asoka was the sincere follower of his father and grandfather, Chandragupta Maurya and Bindusara. But after the Kalinga War, he completely a changed person. He changed himself into Chandasaka to Dharmasaka. Because yesterday, last class, we discussed already why he was termed as the Chandasaka. He was termed Chandasaka because it is believed that historians also in a view that he had 100 brothers and he conquered the throne by there was a paternal war with his brothers. So that's why historians are giving the evidence that his coronation ceremony was 4 years delayed than that of his ascending the throne. So this might have the fraternal war with his brothers, and he was completely a conqueror, great conqueror. All India, north to south, he completely brought entire India under his control. But on his 13th year of administration, he attacked the Kalinga, and that changed the lifestyle of Asoka, and he became a religious propagator than that of the administrator. And his very ghost, he used to follow the very ghost, and that very ghost means it was a sound of war, and that very ghost changed into Dharma ghost. These are we are going to cover today. Let us see. Yesterday we have completed up to how he has started all his administration and all these. Okay, so yesterday I told you after that Kalinga War, how Asoka has declared the different type of principles. Yesterday I dictated 11 principles. A person should fundamental principles in the life. A person should follow samyam, that is called as samyam. We have to follow that sense. Okay, that a mastery over our sense, control over the sense. Number one. Number two, purity in the thought. That is third one, gratitude. Fourth one is none other than someone has to be completely complete devotion, bhakti, completely devotion. And fifth one, kindness, daya. Sixth one, charity, that is none other than charity or dana. Someone has to offering that charity. Third, seventh one is a purity, swachha in heart. That is a purity in the soul or that is heart. And eighth one is the truthfulness, satya. And ninth one, service to the mankind. Okay, and mankind, Ashoka, not only mankind, for everyone, service to human being, or that is none other than life. Okay, next one is the support to the needy people. 10th one is the support to the needy people, and 11th one is none other than reverence. Okay, these are the most important features which we able to get in his different type of rock edit. I told yesterday also we discussed that to know about the Asokan period, we had a great source. What are the source? Asoka himself contributed so many rock edicts. Only rock edicts, if you read, it will take 2 periods. Okay, all the rock periods we have, each rock edict, whatever they are explaining, that all are there. So from that, we able to know about the great history of Asokan period. Number one, his rock edicts. Number two, Kautilya, I told you yesterday, Chanakya or Kautilya, who was also one of the greatest source of Asokan period, and his Arthashastra, during the Arthashastra, what was that written by Kautilya or Chanakya. Arthashastra also one of the important source to know about the Mauryan dynasty, that is one. And third important source, I told you, Megasthenes Indica. By that time, one of the foreigner came to India, Megasthenes, and he has written one book called Indica. In that, we able to get so many rules and regulation and the administration system, everything from the Mauryan dynasty as well, Ashokan's period. Okay, so these are the important features after the Kalinga War. Next, if you'll see, after this Kalinga War, Rock Edict 13, he had lain down following things. What are they? Now everyone has to follow the principles of giving support to the father, mother, and next they should follow the principles of purity. They should give important to the slaves, servants. These all things he completely mentioned in the Rock Edict of 13. Along with that, another thing, if you see, the second pillar edict of Ashoka declared that Dharma, consider in the little empathy many good deeds, compassion, liberty, truthfulness, and purity. These all things are we able to get from these different type of rock edit, such as the second minor rock edit, the 16th, 13th rock edit, next the seventh rock edit, and the second pillar rock edit. These all combinedly says about these 11 principles, fundamental principles, which were mentioned by Osoka in his all these rock edits. Okay, so this is we understood a great change we able to get in Osokan life after the Kalinga War. So that Kalinga War, which made the lifestyle of Osoka, that is related to, yeah, we discussed last class also, that is none other than how 150,000 prisoners were carried as a captive and 1 lakh people were killed in the Kalinga War. Lichavi dynasty was there by that time, and this is what we read last class. Okay, uh, after this, he had a great contribution for, yeah. After that, Ashoka had a great contribution for the spread of Buddhism. I told a small Buddhist preacher, Upagupta, he converted himself from the Buddhist preacher called Upagupta. Then he became a Buddhism. He had accepted Buddhism. That doesn't mean that he was a bigot. Okay, bigot means by God. He, along with the Buddhism, he used to give respect to the other religion, but he had a great contribution for the spread of Buddhism. Let us see what major step taken by Ashoka for the spreading of Buddhism. Because of this Buddhism, because of this spreading of Buddhism, he completely even changed the administration system also. He created some new officers. Let us in detail discuss about that. Measures for the spread of Buddhism. You can note down few key points, class. So, for the spread of Buddhism, Ashoka adopted many measures. He himself went to tours for the different Buddhist places. He gave Bihara Yatras. You can note down this one. Bihara Yatras, the tour for pleasure and acquiring knowledge. He went for Dharma Yatras. Okay, earlier he used to go for Vihara Yatras for the pleasure and all these things. Then he converted that Vihara Yatra into Dharma Yatra. He rightly directed the policy of Dharma Vijay instead of very Vijay, or okay, war. Instead of war, he wanted to get the Dharma Vijay. So Dharma Yatra, Dharma Vijay, okay, Dharma Ghosh. These are the great changes. Earlier I told you very Ghosh. Very Ghosh means for the war, that was a symbol. But now he declared Dharma Ghosh. He directed the officers like Yaktukas. He appointed some of the officers like Yaktukas, Yuktas, Yaktukas, Rajukas, and Purushas, and the Pradeshikas. These are the people who appointed by Ashoka to make a religious tour and to spread the or the propagate the Buddhism in the other part. This is one of the greatest contribution. Another important thing, just now before the class, I send one clip, you can check later on. So that is none other than about the different type of Buddhist councils. There are very recently sixth council we made. So there are several Buddhist councils. Okay, the first Buddhist council, that is in the AD, but during Ashoka's period, he called the third Buddhist council. He was expanded, or he organized the third Buddhist council. In that third Buddhist council, he had taken the major steps for the spread of the Buddhism. He sent missionaries to the various part of the world also. Okay, here you have to concentrate, and if it is possible, once you write the small words. Okay, for this Buddhist council, he sent different type of people to different part of India, entire India, as well as he went to the world. So Majantikas, Majantikas, Majantika, Majantikas, they were sent to Kashmir for this Buddhist council. Next, Kashmir and Gandhara, the northern part. Next, Maharakhita, another group of people called Maharakshita to Yavana or Greek country he sent. If it is possible, once you write fast, Maharakshita, 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 one of the group, he sent to the Greek country also for invitation to attend the Buddhist council. Next, Majhima, another group of people, they were sent to Himalaya, northern part. Next, Dharma Maksita, another group, they were also sent to the Greek, like that different group of people. So many are there, entire India, like that so many groups of the people were sent to different part. These all we able to get in the rock edict of 13. Okay, now what he did, instead of war, now, Osaka wanted to conquest the land not by war but by the treaty, by the religion. Okay, this is what Vedic converted into Dharma Ghos. Okay, this is only the change we able to see after the Kalinga War. Another important inscription is stated that he even uh, took the patronage of the Cholas, the Pandyas, the Satyapuras, and who were contemporary rulers of Asoka in India. He even invited them, and he made, instead of declaring war with them, he made a religious and friendly relation with them for the propagation and spreading of Buddhism. So completely we can say that Chandasaka, who once upon a time believed on the war and all this, now no more war. He completely devoted himself into the Buddhism, and he had a great contribution for the propagation and the spreading of Buddhism, even in India, even his neighbor rulers. He even told the neighbor rulers, by the time his contemporary rulers also, he never attacked or any war. After the Kalinga War, we never witnessed any war with his contemporary rulers in India. So that was one of the greatest change we can say. That's why purely it was said that Chandasaka converted into Dharmasaka. I hope it is clear. Next, for the spread of Buddhism, even Ashoka appointed some of the officers. Okay, you can note down this. They are none other than Dharma Mahamatras. Dharma means religion. Dham. Dharam Mahamatras. Next, Dharam Yuktas. These are the officers appointed by Asoka for the spread of Buddhism. The duties of Dharam Mahamatra are explain the words of whatever the explain in these words by Asoka. Among the different type of Mahamatras were appointed for the spreading of Buddhism, the law of the piti, and the vision of Buddhism. They used to visit different type of parts, and they used to spread the vision of Asoka as well as the preachings of Buddha. So that is the activity of Dharam Mahamatra and the that is none other than the Brahmanes. Okay, different places we able to get the principles. They are none other than Pataliputra. By that time it was Pataliputra. Okay, now it is in and around Patna. Even he had several brothers, and they also family members also, king's brothers, sisters. Yeah, am I right? Okay. Some of the Asokan family members also being the part of this activity. They also had a great contribution for spreading this Buddhism. Even his brother, sister, and some family members, including Asoka and his family members. Okay. Next, Asoka issued still class we are continuing the steps taken by or adopted by Asoka. As it is easy, I'm not repeating one time only I'm telling. I hope it is understandable. Okay, not that much of difficult. Which part is a little bit difficult? 2-3 times I will revise. Okay, but now it is simple, I think. Okay, so Asaka issued different type of Buddhist scriptures and different type of books also for the guiding people. He also had a great teaching uh, engraved on the rocks and the pillars. I told before also, one of the greatest contribution of Asoka was none other than different type of rock edicts. So on those rock edicts, he had even described the teachings of Buddha. 14 rock edicts are to be found in the Sahabaza Grahi, okay, in the Kalsi, Sonpera, these all areas, these all are says about the steps taken by Asoka for the spreading of law of treaty. That is 14 Rock Edict clearly mentioned about the steps. Okay, next. Similarly, Osaka tried to win over a goodwill over the people by the exhibition of different orders. And yeah, as we know that he was completely changed from the um, Chandasaka to Dharmasaka. He wanted to get the goodwill of the people by spreading the principles of Buddhism. Okay, next. Another great thing, if you see, his foreign policy. After the Kalinga War, whatever every king has their two policies. I hope you know this. Every ruler or the king, even now also in every democracy, we have two policies. One is a home policy, domestic policy. Another is a foreign policy. Domestic policy means within the country what policy we are adopting. Even now we can say Mr. Modi today also he told nice speech regarding Man Ki Baat. Okay, uh, domestic policy within the country what we are doing, that is a domestic policy within the country. Another is relation with the other country, that is called as the foreign policy. Osaka had also the same. This is a tradition. We are following the principles from our ancient ruler. So Ashoka also had a two policies. Till now we saw after the Kalinga War what was his domestic policy. Now let us know what was his foreign policy. If you'll see the foreign policy also after the Kalinga War, I hope it is clear, class, because every ancient ruler, because we are giving credit to Ashoka as the first Indian emperor, the first credit we are giving to Ashoka as a person. Before that, we had no such ruler who able to bring entire India under single administration. The credit goes to Mr. Mauryan dynasty only to bring entire India under single administration. That's why Ashoka was considered as the great united ruler of entire India, first emperor. That title we are giving to him. So by that time, what was his foreign policy, how he kept the relation with the other rulers. The Kalinga one not only changed the religion and the home policy of Osaka, but also it had a great contribution for foreign policy. After the Kalinga War, he gave up the policy of conquest. He told the rulers, and he informed the rulers of his neighboring state. They should not fear to him. Even he rightly boosted the reversion and kettle drums, varigos. I told kettle drums that they were called as the kettle drums. Varigos has been became the change into law of pretty ghos or dharma ghos. The varigos he converted into dharma ghos. No more drums of the war, but now the drums of religion. Okay, so that was the greatest change he made. He kept the trade good relation with Cholas, Pandyas, Satyaputras. Okay, these all are the important relation he kept. And even Ashoka had a great ideology and kingship over the two Kalinga edicts we able to get. One is the Rock Edict of 6. In the two Kalinga rock edicts, okay, Ashoka stated that all men were his children. This is one most important. Devanam Priya Priyadarshi. Okay, we discussed it yesterday also. I told one title he has taken. Devanam Priya Priyadarshi means he is a ideal ruler and he is a supporter of all the people and a ideal person. So Devanam Priya Priyadarshi. How he declared himself as a Devanam Priya Priyadarshi? Because he considered all the rulers. His rulers were not the rulers, but all the people were his children. That was one of the greatest declaration which we able to get from the Rock Edict of 6 in the Kalinga. Okay, just as my children, I desire that they should enjoy all happiness and prosperity both in the world and the next. So for the all the men. So that was his ideology. Okay, so this is how he worked for the spread of religion after the Kalinga War. He changed himself. Along with that, administration, rule and regulations, principles. Okay, we hope it is a little bit easy, not that much of difficult. Let us see Asoka's empire, how it was extended to other part. The extent of Asoka Empire can be determined with the Persian and described as his monument to contain his inscription, literally historical traditions, various kinds. Okay, some of the Asokan inscription were found in various directions, the entire north to south. If you'll see the Asokan administration, northern part, Jammu and Kashmir, present Jammu and Kashmir, to south part of up to Karnataka, Rameshwaram, up to Rameshwaram, this entire part was undivided India. Okay, Kandahar. Now Kandahar is in Pakistan. That Kandahar also the part of, so undivided India, north to south. Osaka able to rule, and every nook and corner he able to get the inscription. So that indicate that how great emperor he was, and in that how he able to provide a strong administration as well as the uh, religion. Right now, this only inscription of Asoka, if you'll take, it will take a lot of period. We are not going to that deep. His minor rock edicts, 14 rock edicts. Next, even we are getting his other that is related to the Kalinga edicts, 7 pillar edicts. Yeah, if it is possible, once you note down, where do we able to get the different type of rock edicts? First one, please class, once you note down what are the sources. Okay, different type of inscriptions. Number one only you just write inscriptions. Okay, if you see the inscriptions of Osaka, so many are there. They are none other than the minor rock edicts. Next, as I told you, after the minor rock edicts, yeah, 14 rock edicts. Another is the 14 rock edicts. Next one is you just simply write 14 rock edicts. Next one is related to Kalinga edicts. These edicts are one chapter. In our higher studies, we have gave one example regarding these edicts. Anyhow, Kalinga edicts. Another one is the 7 pillar edicts. Okay. Next, important inscription. Inscriptions, I told you that we can consider as Indica and Arthashastra. These are. Next, different type of pillar inscriptions. Okay. So these are the Buddhist literatures where we able to get the Osokan description. That is also we can consider. Anyhow, this is the great rule and the administration of Asoka. Different historians, they are comparing Asoka with a great personality. Some are comparing Mr. Asoka with the yeah, different type of Constantine Roman emperor. They were comparing Mr. Akbar, and they are calling Asoka as a Indian Napoleon also. Indian Napoleon. Even they are calling Asoka as a, yeah, great ruler. Okay, that's why they are comparing with different great rulers are being compared with the Asoka. Okay, that's not that important. But now bigger question is what happened to the Mauryan dynasty. So these are the greatest contribution we have seen regarding that early rulers ruling part of Asoka, then the Kalinga War. After the Kalinga War, what change we able to see, that all we read. Now, bigger question is, what was the Mauryan dynasty after Asoka? That is a bigger question. Yeah, there is a little bit confusion. Even history also not that clear what exactly happened after Asoka. Definitely, after the Asoka, there was a decline in Mauryan dynasty. That is guaranteed. That is a sure. But who succeed Asoka? How many rulers came after Asoka? History also a little bit confusion. We are getting very different type of views. Let us examine few views. We can't discuss all the view, but important few, 3, 4 important views regarding the successors of Asoka. Let us discuss who are they. Okay, there was yeah, history also a little bit conflicting about the accounts with the regard of the successor of Asoka, and it is not particularly we are unable to get or define chronological regarding that Asoka as Chandragupta, Bindusara, like that we can't say that. It is admitted that Asoka had many children, but it is difficult to state who actually succeeded him because history itself a little bit silent. Okay, as Mr. Asoka concentrated more on the religion preaching and all this, after that he did not bother about his successor. That is one of the see Mughal dynasty. When Mughal came to India, they gave more importance to administration. They selected their higher before only. But here, Asoka's condition we can see after Kalinga, he was no more attracted or interested on the administration. Only religious propagator we can say. So from that administrator to religious propagator, he had less important or he had provided less important to his successor. Okay, that's why we unable to get exactly. Anyhow, what the historians are telling, let us see. Yeah, he had several sons, but some of the historians are in the view that it is particularly certain that Tivara, his son from Queen Kuruhaki, okay, did not ascended the throne at all. There are other sons. Who are they? Such as Mahendra, Kunala, Jaluka. But there is again there is a controversy even regarding this Mahendra. Okay, when Asoka tried to spread the Buddhism, some historians are giving the view that he sent the Mahendra to Sri Lanka, Ceylon for the Buddhist and all this. But some historians are not happy or not agree with that. Some are telling no, Mahendra is not the son of Asoka. Mahendra is the brother of Asoka. So this history little bit confusion. We should not go that all the confusion. Let us see only the important point. Anyhow, we'll consider Mahendra, Kunala, Jaluka are the mentioned in the literature as his son. Sometimes Mahendra is mentioned as the son of Ashoka, and sometimes it is as brother. Anyhow, it is very difficult to say who are these two actually in related. Yeah, now children, little bit, if you go to find out the successor of Asoka, even we can take the example of Vishnu Purana. Okay, we read the 18 Purana. If you see the as regard the various account regarding the successor of Asoka, if you go to the Vishnu Purana, it gives the names of Suryans, Dasaratha, Sangata, Salisuka, Samraman, lot of names we able to get in the Vishnu Puran as the son of Asoka. Similarly, the list of Matsya Puran, if you'll see, it is also giving different type of name. Anyhow, if you'll keep the Puranas aside, but a historical evidence, if you'll take Raj Tarangini of Kalyana, which is the written historical document in Rajasthan about the Rajasthan, Kalyana has written Raj Tarangini. Rajatarangani, okay, keep it the Puranas aside. We will not consider them as the historical evidence. Okay, epic like that if you'll consider. But Rajatarangani is the historical evidence. Rajatarangani written by Kalana. Okay, it is gives detailed idea about the Jammu and Kashmir and their administration. Yeah, Kalana also mentioned some of the important rule. What Kalana has written in his Rajatarangani, Ashoka was succeeded by Jaluka in Kashmir. Okay, Taranath in the Tibetan his area. Okay, Divya Bandana. We find following list in the name of that Rajatarangi. Different areas, different successors we able to get. So it is a little bit controversy, children. We can't say that only a great successor like Osaka became the ruler of the. So in the administration, we will discuss how the administration was divided. So different areas succeeded by different rulers. Last we can conclude, depend upon the Rajtarangani of Kalyana, entire part India was divided under the administration, and each division handled over by one ruler. That we can conclude. Don't get confusion. We unable to get a single ruler like Asoka in India after Asoka, but there were several rulers according to the division, because at the administration Asoka divided different type of parts, which we are going to cover now. So in each division, one son or one relatives or whatever the names we have studied, they might have occupied the or ascended Asoka after his death. Okay, but one ruler definitely we didn't get and even history also a little bit silent about this. Okay, now last part of Asoka, not the Mauryan dynasty. Now we are going to complete last part of Asoka. After the death of Asoka, one more point, if it is yeah, leave it that all little bit, you will get confused, children. No need to, I don't want to make a little bit confused. Okay, chill. Downfall of Maurya, if you'll see, it might be the empire of the Mauryan began to decline after the death of Asoka itself, ultimately disappeared from the scene of the Brihadratha, was killed by his commander-in-chief 187 BCE. In and around 180 87 BC, around that, we able to see completely Mauryan dynasty decline, and there was no strong ruler. After that downfall of Asoka itself, we can say Mauryan dynasty decline started, and the exact date, if you see, near about 187 BCE, before Common Era, the fall of Mauryan dynasty has been attributed to many causes. Okay, that all the causes will not go, but we will stop here the decline of Mauryan dynasty. Now, I hope we have little bit covered about the different type of regarding Asoka. Now, this chapter will not complete without clear idea about yeah, Mauryan administration. That is important, because in that we can find some of the important points regarding that. Okay, okay, 4 minutes are there, we can complete by that. Let us see what are the important administration system of Mauryan dynasty. The Mauryan king were not depose all the power into their hand. There was a local self government. They adopted the principles of local self government. I hope you know that local self government. Now we are following the third tier of the government is the local self government in India. Now we are following that. Okay. By that time also such type of administration was there. That power was decentralized power. There was no centralized power. One type of federalism form of principle we can say. One type of federalism principle we can say. Power was decentralized. How the power was decentralized, let us know. Okay. First of all, there were group of mantris. According to Kautilya, regarding the administration, mostly we have to depend upon the Kautilya's Arthashastra class, because that is a strong evidence we have along with the rock edicts. These two are the most important evidence. Rock edicts of Asoka, Kautilya's Arthashastra, and the Megasthenes Indica, because they are the historical evidence. Okay, this Purana and all this we have to take, but not that much of historical evidence. Let us complete little faster. According to Kautilya, sovereignty or the Rajatattva was possible only with the assistance of a group of people. Okay, a single wheel could never move. That's why the king appointed so many rulers. Okay, Sachivas, Amatyas, different type of names given by Kautilya in his Kautilya or Chanakya in his Arthashastra, compose the seventh estate of Megasthenes. Okay, there were different type of division. One of the division, as I told you, different type of Sachivas are the ministers were appointed. One of the division is called as Mantri Parishad. Note down first, Mantri Parishad. This Mantri Parishad is a ministers, group of ministers. It is existing the province of different type of rule. They help to the ruler. A Mantri Parishad consists of different type of 48,000 panas, means members. And another Mantri Parishad consists of another, yeah ma'am, 1 minute is left over.
Yeah. Shall we join again, sir?
Yeah, that's better, ma'am, because I will complete a little bit, 10 more minutes a day.
Right.
Complete. Otherwise, next period it will more time.
Yeah,
10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, I can complete.
10 minutes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Please join,
Okay.
children. Please join again.